So I just had a meeting with a potential office administration person who is local to me but had seen the video and reached out to say that they were interested. I got Kyle a present. What have you got, Kyle?
I've got some new secateurs.
Nice one.
And no, it's not just me making them look big. They are big.
Hiring kit has its pros and cons. If you're hiring stuff all the time, you probably warrant going to buy one. But if you're just needing something now and again, it probably makes more sense to hire it. It's just the pain of you need to make it work logistically. It eats into your margins for profits, but totally unaware of what's going on and the seriousness of the situation. I'm not trying to make it sound really morbid and scary, but it can be. And the stress that it brings onto someone is pretty significant. Mike's hiding. Well, how's that for service? Thank you to Colin at Alvey Quarry. Quick text, tell him you're coming. He's there ready for you to load and in and out. There's nothing worse than going into a quarry or something and it takes forever to get you loaded up, and yeah, it just eats into your day. It's bad enough that I had to come through here because we've probably got a few loads to do, and I've got another job that needs the same pink gravel that we get from this quarry. So if I was organising, I had somewhere to put it, I would have maybe got a lorry load. But it is what it is. Logistics didn't really kind of work out on that side of things. But anyway, it is Monday. Welcome back to the vlog. It is a new week in paradise. It is a brisk 5 degrees, which has risen from this morning. We have Mike, Tommy and Kyle out today. We're back at the dig out job that we had started last week. The guys came in, did a Saturday shift. Mike, Alex and Damien came in Saturday for half a day and got the slabs down. So yeah, they're just out there right now digging it out, just down to the correct depth that we need for the gravel, and then they're getting to ramming that down ready for that. So I am on delivery duty. What I might try and do is I might try and find somewhere on that site, the building site, to tip, and then the guys can, you know, wheelbarrow it in while I'm away getting another load, because if I empty the trailer and then they have to wait for me to come all the way back through here, it just kind of eats up time. So yeah, I'll see what we can do. Damien is away this week again. He is at the football that he has been going to. Celtic got through to the next round, so he is down in Glasgow this week, and he's off in the first week of March, and that should be him back on a full-time basis. It was good to have him back. It was good to have a full team again. 3 people, 3 squads could go out when we had six people out. So yeah, it'll be good when we're up to full strength again, and there is a possibility of taking on a couple new members of staff this year as well as an administration person, which I'm slowly working towards. It seems quite far away, but also I think that we kind of need it as well, because I need to get facilities sorted in the yard. So I'm obviously in the process of looking at office containers to go in the yard, but it's just getting round to that whilst also trying to get through the jobs, balance money, cash flow. We're not in a bad position at the moment, but it's just, you've just got to be careful how much you go and fork out. We have ordered a van for March as well, the Maxis that I talked about in the last video. So yeah, kind of big moves at the start of this year. One thing I will say though is, and I might eat my words because this might not happen, but if any of you watch Mike Andes runs and owns Augusta Lawn Care. They're a big lawn care franchise and landscaping franchise over in the States, but they're actually national. I think they're over in Australia, Canada. So if you're in this sort of industry and you're running a business, I would highly recommend going and watching Mike Andes, because although being over in the States, a lot of the stuff you can bring in over here. One of the things he talks about is the different sort of modes in running a business, and you've got profit mode and you've got growth mode. Since I've started, I have been in growth mode. For the last 5-6 years, I've just been growing and growing and growing and growing. Fairly organically, it's gone in the good direction, but with that, it sucks a lot of cash, and there becomes a point where if you just get in the trap of growing, you know, getting busier, getting more staff, getting more trucks, more trailers, more equipment, and you're just constantly growth mode, I think there's a time when you've got to kind of maybe rein that back and focus on the profits rather than actually just constantly investing back into the business. We do need to get in a better position financially now that it is becoming more and more serious as the months go by. The more we invest, the more sort of jobs we take on, the more staff we take on. Like, we are like a fully functioning business. I don't know if functioning is the word. We get by, but it is very much real, and sometimes it's kind of easy just to let that slip past you, and you're still in the sort of buying vans and buying equipment, and you're in all that sort of excitable growth stage. I guess it's just got to be sustainable. So where I'm heading with this is, I think I like the idea of this year, bringing it back. Obviously we're going to be possibly looking at taking on 1 or 2 staff members, maybe seasonal, depending on the workload, wanting to try and market for the maintenance side of things, to try and fill the diary with more grass cutting, regular maintenance, and just try and work at sort of full capacity to try and maximise our profits this year. I'm not saying that there won't be any sort of investments this year. There's always something to buy, there's always kit to get, there's always stuff you need. But in terms of like big investments, I was talking about a new mini digger, a slightly bigger one that we've already got. As much as that would be really handy at the moment, handy is the word. It is not necessary. We have a digger. We have one that is more than capable to do what we need it to do. And if push comes to shove and I need another machine, it's not ideal because I don't like doing it, but we can hire. Hiring kit has its pros and cons. If you're hiring stuff all the time, you probably warrant going to buy one. But if you're just needing something now and again, probably makes more sense to hire it. It's just the pain of, you need to make it work logistically. It eats into your margins for profits because you have to pay for the hire every day you've got it. It might not be fully working the day that you've got it, but you need it the next day, so it eats into all that sort of profit from the job. But it is also cheaper than going and buying a new machine. It depends. It really depends. I am rambling on a bit here, but in the last few years in business, I've taken quite a lot of financial pressure on in the terms of finance, buying our assets through finance, and we've always made it work. But it's like when you actually step back and look at like the balance sheet and like how much is actually coming out the account every month, it's like quite scary, and it's like you need to really be on top of things to make sure this doesn't like fall apart. If we keep doing what we're doing and getting through the jobs, getting more work in, we will be fine. But it's just, it becomes a point where you're like, you haven't even realised, but your responsibility is really high. I've got multiple people's wages that I need to pay, essentially families to feed, and I guess you just don't really realise it. It just happens kind of over time, and before you know it, you've got all this stuff and all these people and all this, liability. It's just like, I guess it's just kind of having a bit of a wake-up call to what is actually going on here. And again, I know we spoke about financing stuff before, financing kit. Should you buy outright or should you finance? I think you'll find the majority of businesses finance their assets. Obviously, it's got to be calculated risk, but it is a big risk. But one thing for sure I can say is, if I hadn't utilised debt and utilised finance, I would not be in the position I am today. I would not employ 6 people that I do today, and I will definitely not have anywhere near as much kit as I have today. I'm not encouraging anyone to get into debt. That is your own doing. That is, your own judgment call. But I've taken a lot of risks and they've paid off. But there becomes a point when it gets really kind of serious, and when you take on all these assets, you've got to pay for them. People think, finance, you're not buying it. Like, that doesn't count. You've still got to pay for these bits of equipment. It actually, in my opinion, it's probably more impressive taking the risk on financing a bit of equipment and making it work, making it pay for itself and some. There's an art to that as well. You've got to get these machines and assets working and earning their wage. It's not just as easy as, it's on finance. Anyone can pay finance. If that is your attitude towards it, I'd highly recommend kind of rethinking that, because yes, most people can go and finance things, but to try and finance assets and make them work for you and turn them into profit, it's going to speed up your business, it's going to speed up progress, speed up growth. But what I don't want to do is just grow and grow into a pinch where I'm in a bit of a sticky situation. I've got all these outgoings every month, and you know, I need to make this certain amount every month. I want to really focus on trying to build a more sustainable business, because at the end of the day, like, and it's a weird way to think, but this is what we spoke about down at the tree surgery business mastermind that I went to the first week back there in January. If I went into a coma tomorrow, would this business still be afloat? And the answer is probably no. The guys know how to go and turn out most jobs. However, they don't have access to the quotes, the materials, all the bank accounts, all the sort of stuff stops with me. So really, it's not a sustainable business because I've not got all that set up in place. I am the business at the moment. Yes, the guys go out and produce the work, and that's very important. But if you don't get the sales, if you don't get the logistics and everything sorted out behind the scenes, which the guys don't really have anything to do with, that's all with me, then you don't really have a sustainable business. I am the bottleneck of the business then. So you might have noticed what I'm trying to do in the last little while is try and delegate a bit more onto the guys, maybe a bit more responsibility and organisation, take a step back on the actual runnings of the business so I can start implementing these procedures into place, these standard operating procedures, systems, so the business almost runs by itself, rather than me always being the one that calls the shots and does this and how do you do that, how do you want this done, etc. Yeah, I'm rambling on a little bit here, but I'm just trying to get across to you where we're kind of at with things. I'm trying to be transparent because I'm sure there's probably a lot of people who are in the same position. I've done pretty well to get to where I am today, and to be honest with you, like, as you'll know if you're watching these videos, I'm no angel, I'm no like proper businessman, I've not got it all sussed. I've taken a lot of risks to get to where I am, and I don't think you can get to where you want to be without taking risks. But there becomes a point, these risks need to be calculated and taken account for, because it can get serious very quickly. I'm glad I'm aware of that. I'm glad I'm not just kind of, you know, going through the motions, totally unaware of what's going on and the serious of the situation. I'm not trying to make it sound really morbid and scary, but it can be. And the stress that it brings onto someone is pretty significant. And how you handle stress is a really important thing, because a lot of people wouldn't be able to handle it. I'm not the greatest, but you've just got to kind of push through it, not let it absorb you. Yeah, make it work. But reducing the stress and the pressure on the business, on yourself, is important for your own mental health, I guess, for your own sort of benefit, because what is the point of doing all this and just being stressed out all the time? And let's be real, a lot of the stress is self-inflicted. Yeah, don't know where I'm going with that, but I feel like I need a coffee. It is Monday after all. I know how much you want to be in the videos, Cole.
No, certainly do not.
Back with a second load of chip. Need a camera update. What was that? What day is it, Mike?
It's Monday.
Sound delighted about that.
Yeah. Oh, lovely that Monday.
My new laser lamps. Had these fitted on Saturday there by my good friend Jim. Thank you, Jim, much appreciated. Still got some more lights to wire on for me. We've got beacons for the front, a beacon bar on the top, and also work lights to go in the back, so I need to tie him down somehow and get him to do that. So Jim, if you're watching, it'd be very much appreciated. Yeah, back in the yard. It's towards the end of the day now. In fact, it is the end of the day. 4 minutes to 5. The guys are just at the job site getting wrapped up. We got the rest of the gravel in. We're probably going to have a bit left over. Almost wish I kept it in the trailer. Oh, it's cold. Really quite cold today. So I just had a meeting with a potential office administration person who is local to me but had seen the video and reached out to say that they were interested. So just had a good chat about things, told her a bit about what we're doing here and how the whole thing's set up. Yeah, hopefully a great candidate. Gonna hopefully try and start working towards that a bit quicker, try and get moving with getting an office cabin, an office container put in, and getting that all kitted out and ready to go basically. And then it'll just be the sort of transition phase from me being in here by myself and then trying to get someone else on board with everything and teach them everything and get them familiar with the books, etc. They do have previous experience in this role, and they're currently in an office administration role doing all the wages, invoices, basic accounting, etc., vehicle tracking, all the basic things of office administration. So yeah, it should be good. It just shows the power of these videos. We have also had multiple people reach out asking for work, people from other countries. I had someone from Canada, someone who's actually out in Canada right now, asking about when they come back to the UK, can they get some work? So, and various sort of local people too. So yeah, the power of these videos are proving to be pretty good, and people obviously like what we're doing here, like what we're showcasing, the work we're doing, the sort of culture we kind of have here. I like to think that is a bit of a benefit. So not so bad of a Monday. I've spent most of the day driving back and forth to the quarry to get material. I know it's not as cost effective as it would be to get a lorry load in and, you know, get it loaded up, but just like logistically it wasn't possible. We wouldn't have been able to tip up there. I would have had to tip somewhere in the yard. If one of the bays was free, I could have tipped that into the bay. However, I don't have anything here to load up because the digger is over at a job site. So it's just all these things. I just had to drive and get the material in. I'll be doing the same tomorrow, because once we get that job finished, all that needs to happen tomorrow is go in with the pressure washer, give everything a clean down, and yeah, we're pretty much finished there. We've got another gravel job that we need to do, that we were digging out last Friday there, and yeah, that's going to be the same pink gravel that we have been running in today. So a cold but productive Monday, hopefully the sign of a good week. Ed will be in tomorrow, so we will be up to 4 staff. Yeah, hopefully get pressing with other work. I have not been in this office all day, so I'm about to go and catch up on some bits and bobs. And then I think we're going to go for a sauna, because it's cold. See you tomorrow. So, it is Tuesday. We're on this job here. So you can see the access of this job. This was just a lawn that we dug out on Friday, and the customer initially wanted a new lawn laid. However, I advised they've got 2 big dogs. A lawn of this size is just going to suffer with constant traffic on it. 2 big dogs tearing it up. So we opted for a low maintenance approach, a simple fix.
Probably fine, you will end up.
Just maybe just take the blower, the vest on now. The mic won't sign in, Polly knows you're coming. Maybe take the crest as well.
You're swapping this for that.
More battery?
Just in case, and then I can charge the other ones for the hedge trimmer. And more battery, yes.
We'll need to dig out for the new Can't close the gate. Nice little job to look at there.
Aye, I know.
Did you get a machine? So
Well, it's either that or
you know, so that one would be halfway onto that here, and then you would be like brickwork, and you'd come along to here. I don't know what the best way to do this is here. It's served a purpose, like, but sorry, Jane, went off. Here's a few numbers to call. At this point, if we just try and break it out, if they're proven too difficult, come away and we'll just wait until the digger's here.
yeah, aye.
I don't want to spend too much time breaking it out if it's going to be
No, we should.
when you can just take it for the digger and. Good morning, it is Wednesday. We are in Tomintoul, just myself and the cameraman. We kind of over-ordered the soil. When we were gauging how much we actually needed, we had one load of soil in, and then Mike reckoned we needed the same again. So we ordered the same again, and it turns out we don't need anywhere near as much as that. So we unfortunately have a load of topsoil left over. So I've got a customer who's needing a few loads of soil, so we're going to take some back to town, dump it there, and then yeah, if I can try and tie in getting the loads away whilst I'm over here already, then it won't be as bad. So it can be recycled, but it's just the logistics of getting it back to town. This is a load of rubbish that needs to be taken away, and basically the job is nearing the end, I guess. All we've got to do now, prepare and turf the lawn, put gravel right the way around the house. We've got the builder coming in on Friday, hopefully, to pour the new concrete ramp, and then it will just be the driveway. So yeah, nearing the end of the project, but we've still got a little bit to do. Got to get rid of this. If there's any spare, I'm probably going to try and get rid of it locally to save us taking it all back, because there's a fair amount of stuff there, and whether it needs to be topped up here at all. Once it all kind of settles, we'll see. So just going to get the digger fired up, get it loaded on, and then yeah. Come on in. Sis, come on. I think they're getting fed. Bah! Ah! Not scared of me. I am the donkey whisperer. Come on in. Come here. Come on. See just how much soil is through this driveway underneath it, and over time that's just stuff that's been built up, and leaves, debris and everything that's rotted and then turned into compost, and then eventually it mixes with the soil, the weeds form, and then you're kind of past that point of recovery. You can spray the weeds etc and stop them, but as a longer term fix, coming in and redoing the gravel driveway is the sort of answer. You really need a clean stone that's not got soil contamination, so the weeds can't germinate. You're never going to stop weeds in a driveway. You can certainly minimise it, and what we're going to do here is we're going to scrape all this out, put a layer of terram down, and then re-gravel it. So just this nitty gritty bits here. Got quite a big machine and quite a small area, so you've just got to be careful going cables above, cables underneath, etc. So try and get the worst of this up. Edge just scraping away at the edges there. Mike's hiding. Cool, so we're back in the yard. It's towards the end of the day now. Kyle is getting on fine at Tormore, so I believe. I haven't really heard anything from him, so sometimes that is a good thing. Mike and Ed are still digging up and around that gravel driveway, and yeah, we've got a lot of material to move from there, so whether I do it with the trailer or I get another source of transport in to get rid of it, we'll see. But we have a local tip site that we can tip natural material on, which is great. It's just a lot of work on the pickup and the trailer, and I'm putting a lot of miles on that thing as it is. So logistics is always a bit of a pain. We want to try and start utilising the grab lorry from David Ritchie's. They're a local firm to us, and their lorry has been quite handy the last couple of times we've used it, but it's just trying to get it in and justify it in costs, etc. And although it's me that's running the trailer and dumping the stuff, it still adds up. It's hard on the pickup, it's hard on fuel, and it's time. So it's just trying to figure out what's the most efficient way to get rid of things. But yeah, once that gravel's all away, we can then start prepping the area for new chip, and it's going to be the pink stuff that's going into that driveway. So it is the week of pink gravel. Good morning, folks. It is Thursday. I am just heading up to the dump with another load of gravel. Finding it a bit difficult trying to get the balance of working on the tools rather than off the tools. I kind of have to be on site at the moment purely because my pickup is the only one that can tow the trailer like of heavy loads, and we have no other way of getting that material out of there. I maybe in hindsight should have arranged for a grab lorry to come in and get it, but I wasn't sure if it would be enough to justify getting the grab in. So I'm currently just running it out with the trailer. I guess it's a bit of like trying not to get frustrated with these kind of decisions and just get the job done. You know, don't get hung up on it, get the job done, learn from it, and then in hindsight, you know, next time we can do something differently, or you know, get better at sort of organising the logistics of stuff. I could have given the guys the trailer and the pickup, but the time spent one of them running stuff in and out is time off site. So it's like trying to balance, you know, where their time and my time is best spent. My time is not best spent doing this, especially when there's so much stuff to do and sort out. Then I guess the solution to that would be just working longer hours. So yeah, don't know, it's just kind of hard. I'm finding it a bit difficult, depending on the job, of course. If the job doesn't require me to be there, then it's okay, but the job is at a bit of a standstill until we get this material away. Mike is only out for half a day today because he's got the dentist. So yeah, just trying to juggle it all, just showing you the challenges that I'm up against, how I'm trying to navigate it. I'm sure there's probably people that can relate. Realistically, it should be one of the guys that is towing this trailer and taking the stuff away. If that is what needs to be done, I shouldn't have to be doing that. So whether I just gave them the pickup and said, look, just take this for the day, but then, you know, they're in a new pickup and they're a bit nervous that they're gonna, you know, this is my car, this is my pickup. They're gonna be a bit nervous that, oh, what if you know, scratch it, or, you know, if they're not fully confident in reversing the trailer, etc. But me doing this is disempowering the team. So, you know, and if I'm not doing it, then no one's doing it. So it doesn't really make sense. But is removing the stuff with the vehicle and the trailer the most efficient way of getting that stuff out? Probably not. I just wasn't sure if I was going to get a grab lorry in there to get it away. It's always the logistics of trying to remove material, get material in, etc. And although the pickup and the trailer is really handy, I appreciate a lot of people down in the south and in the busier cities, etc. They don't have that luxury. Everything's grab delivered, grabbed away, etc, etc. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go tip this trailer. Fine, Ed. That's looking fine. Right then, it is 5:45 the same evening. That driveway job is pretty much ready for gravel. I had to nip up to Inverness there at the end of the day, and get some Taram just while Travis Perkins was still open. MKM don't have it in stock at the moment and we need it today or for tomorrow. Again, organisation and stuff, and constantly chasing my tail because of like stock getting low and then forgetting to order it again, and then you phone up and you ask if they've got it and they're like, yeah, but we don't have it, but we can get it in. It's like, well, can you get it in yesterday? It's not always ideal, and it's just something again that I want to try and work on, keeping a stock of things, and then also when things start to get low, try and order it in again and replenish the stock. I should have known that Taram was getting low and I should have got it in again, but again, it's just there's so much stuff going on, so many moving parts, so much stuff to consider and do on a daily basis. I guess it's just trying to make that work. I took the beaver tail up to get the Taram, so that's on the van ready to go tomorrow. Just jumped back in the pickup with the trailer, heading out to the Tom and Towel job, the new build, to get another load of soil. The customer that took the load of soil yesterday needs another 2, I think. We need to get some of that soil away from the job. I'm going to be out there again tomorrow, so I reckon if I get this load up tonight, then I can drop it off in the morning, head straight out there. I'm going to be meeting the builder out there tomorrow, hopefully. He was scheduled for Friday, so hopefully he's still on track. Show him the crack with pouring the ramp. The ramp that we broke out is getting poured again tomorrow. Whilst that's happening, the guys will be at the driveway in Grantown, getting that all Tarammed and ready to go. I've got another job for Kyle to go to tomorrow. Involves taking down a few trees, a few small trees, and then giving a few raised beds a general sort of tidy up before we go in, and then landscape the rest of the garden at a later date. So yeah, tomorrow's going to be a busy day. I've also got a local groundworks company coming out with their little 7.5 ton lorry to start running some gravel in. This trailer has been busy all week and it's going to be busy again tomorrow, and I can't be in all these places at once. So I thought about trying to get a tipper load of gravel, a 20 ton load of gravel, know where exactly to put it and then know a way to load it. So the journey is about an hour all round to go, get the chip, come back. Their lorry can take around 4 ton. So yeah, they can run the gravel in. I might also take a load or 2 with the trailer. It depends how I get on in the morning. I'm going to be over at this job, delivering the soil, and then yeah, just kind of all over the shop, to be honest. So tomorrow is not going to be a quiet day. It's going to be all go, but all go is good, and it's good to start getting through these jobs. Hopefully try and get the driveway wrapped up tomorrow and then get on to the next one. Like I said earlier, chasing my tail a little bit, trying to juggle working on the tools and then off the tools. The funny thing is, it's like a guilt thing. Like when I'm on the tools, I tend to enjoy it. When I was in the digger yesterday, I was having a scrape about. I really quite enjoy being on it, and your mind's busy and you're actually doing something, etc. But then your mind soon gets filled about all the stuff that you need to do, haven't done, and are procrastinating on or neglecting. And it's like, when you're in the office, you feel like you should be out on the tools, and when you're on the tools, you feel like you should be in the office. It's like a constant push and pull battle with yourself. Right at this moment in time, we're in a bit of a situation where I need to try and just knuckle down and get through it. We've just had a tax bill to pay not long ago. The sort of back date from December and the January 2-week holiday, we're still trying to kind of catch up from that. Cash flow, suppliers to pay, etc. So just trying to rattle through the jobs and make them as efficient as possible. Staff being away, Damien is going to be back tomorrow, and then hopefully back for a couple of weeks before he's then again away for 1 week. So tomorrow we're going to have the full squad. There's going to be six guys out, plus myself, as opposed to having 4 guys out yesterday. So it's so much to juggle and manage, and it's not all black and white. There's not 2 days the same, and it's trying to keep guys busy, it's trying to keep them efficient, trying to keep them making the business money and making them pay for themselves, essentially. Because having 5 guys on one job is all fine and well, but I can assure you the chances are 5 is too much. There's going to be 1 or 2 people that aren't doing very much, unless it's like really well coordinated and you're moving really well and got a bit of structure to it, but the chances are it's not going to be happening. So it's trying to maximise efficiency and profitability and also get the job done. I'm rambling, but the whole idea of this page. The whole idea of this channel is to show you guys what I'm up to. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. I'm not trying to paint it with, what's the word, what do they call it? Paint it with a something brush. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to make it look like everything is smooth sailing all the time, because it isn't, and it's going to dishearten people if I say, yeah, it's all going fine, it's so easy, this and that. It's going to dishearten people that are in the same situation, trying to do what I'm trying to do, or trying to get to where I currently am. And if I'm not honest, and I'm not transparent about what it takes me to do this, then what's the point in doing it? I hope you see value in the stuff that I'm sharing. We've had some great feedback. I actually just got off the call to someone who had been asking for a call or even to get a coffee with me for a while, which to me was like absurd, but he says he's like watched the videos, he sees what we're kind of doing, and he likes the sort of I guess culture we've kind of got in the business, and he was asking me questions how you sort of achieve that, delegating tasks, empowering your staff, etc. How do you sort of let go a little bit and minimize micromanaging? So I was just sort of giving my own sort of wisdom on that. And it's funny when you start telling someone else and showing someone else, it's the stuff that you need to hear as well. This is stuff you know, but until you start educating someone else on it, it's like, yeah, God, what have I just said? Like, that makes so much sense. Why haven't I been doing that? Or like, I needed to hear that. And it's it's funny when you give someone else advice. It's like, this is what I need to do. It almost reaffirms the stuff that you know, but you in your mind you doubt. You give someone advice, and it's like, and maybe I don't necessarily follow that advice, but I know that advice is right. Do as I say, not as I do. So it is also important to share your wins and how you get there with the people that aren't quite in your shoes. And I don't mind helping people, by all means I don't. And especially when I'm driving like this, picked up the phone, he's in my ears, and I can chat away and help, because that's necessarily what he was phoning for. So yeah, it's 5 to 6, we're heading out to Tomatella, we're going to get loaded up, going to try and get a head start on tomorrow. New laser lamps. Kyle can't see because of the sun. Come show the camera your new toy.
You know, I thought about it yesterday. I was gonna.
I got Kyle a present. What have you got, Kyle?
I've got some new secateurs.
Nice one.
And no, it's not just me making them look big. They are big.
They arrived, and I thought they were the Felco 9s, the ones that we've got, but they're like loppers.
Yeah.
But you prefer that size?
Yeah, they're great. It's
Yeah?
Good. Yeah, good leverage, and it's a very comfortable movement in the hand. So.
Happy boy.
I think so.
Cool.
Watch, I'll fell a tree with them.
Oh well. See you later.
Alright, cool.
Cheers. Morning. It is Friday. The sun is out. It's cold though. It is -5 right now. It's probably -8 earlier. So yeah, a cold snap. However, the ground isn't too bad. It's quite a dry frost, if you must. I guess there's just not much moisture in the ground, so yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. Kyle and Ed are doing that job there. There's a couple trees to come down, small trees, and then a few beds to tidy up. Some long sort of pampas grasses. I don't know if that's the word, pampas grass. Is that an American thing? Ornamental grasses that need trimmed back. That's the sort of first phase of that job. We're going to go in after and landscape the rest of the property. However, that tree's needed to come down, and I just thought it would make sense to tidy up the garden a little bit so it's not in the way and messy whilst we're trying to do the other work. So good to go and get a start on that. Mike, Damien, Alex and Tommy are through in Grantown, and they are just getting ready for gravel arriving. The driveway is pretty much all ready yesterday. They're just getting Taram down, and then I've got a local company, like I mentioned yesterday, running the gravel in with the lorry, and I'm also heading to the quarry to get the gravel as well. So try and get that nipped up. Multiple bodies in the ground will try and make that go a little bit quicker. Wheelbarrowing, raking, it's pretty simple, but you know, there's going to be quite a lot of stuff to move. The machine is still there as well. The digger is on hire, so yeah. So far, so good. As you've seen there, Kyle, being the sort of keen horticulturist he is, I thought I'd get him some new secateurs, because the ones that we have, are kind of neglected, to be honest, and they need a right good strip down and clean. But they're sort of his own ones to keep and look after. And yeah, when I ordered them, they were just like, they were massive, and I thought, how the hell have I ordered these? But he actually likes them better, so Felco 13s I think they're called. Anyway, the sun is shining. Hopefully it's going to be a good day.
What outside behind your buck?
Right, what's the system then? Are you just going to load up? Load.
We get the 3 wheelbarrows.
Oh, I suppose two shifting wheelbarrows, one jump on the rake.
Yeah,
Just start getting it in. It might be worth even just dotting a few wheelbarrows about just to spread the weight and keep it tie it all down. Right, I'll try and gauge if we need him again.
He's away.
He's again after that though. I'll go back and get another load. If it was only going to take me a couple loads to, you know, fill up the rest.
Exactly, about 4 ton was it?
Something like that.
As well.
But is that up to depth, or is that going to come down a bit?
It's just, we're just knocking the heat, so it was just to give a platform to come in.
Okay.
It can come this way a wee bit.
That's fine.
No.
Yeah, okay. It's going to be quite deep, so we're going to lose a lot. But right, okay. I'll shoot back. Glad to be back.
Hi.
How many times have I asked you if you're glad to be back? You're actually going to stay around this time? Till March. Well done, mate. I'm proud of you.
Cleaner.
It does look clean. That's the boys finished. And with the driveways, we always run the whacker plate over them, and it just totally finishes it off. Look at that. Successful week.
I think so.
A good week, yeah.
Yeah.
A good week, I think.
Takeaways. Key takeaway.
Do.
What's that?
Key takeaway from the week.
It's been a good 2 days at work.
Your last 2 days here?
No,
No, he's got another two days.
Right, okay.
Got another 2
you
days.
want rid of me?
No.
Makes one of us. Oof. Oh, right then. That is another week wrapped up here at Morrison Lawn Landscape. What can I say about the week? Challenging, to say the least. Things went well, team performing good and everything. It's just we're slowly coming out of what is a very tough period for anyone who works outside. Feeling the pinch from the Christmas two week holiday that you would normally be paid for. You would be catching up on payments now. 2 weeks is a long time, and it's a lot of money to miss out on. It's always going to happen. Christmas holidays there, blah blah blah, but I think it's normal for most businesses to feel that pinch, especially when you're trying to grow a business and during that growth stage. Cash doesn't stay around for long, and I think a lot of people have that misconception. Yes, got vans here, vans there, you know, I've heavily invested into this business, but people don't realise that once you are in that investment mode and you're in that growth mode, cash doesn't stay around. Might have assets, might be cash rich in assets, although I don't even own these things. These are all in finance, but you know, trying to keep the bank account replenished, you know, ticking along can be difficult, especially when you've got so much going out. You're waiting for payments, you're waiting for jobs to get finished so you can get invoices out. Jobs don't always go to plan, you lose money here, you make money there. It's not easy, it's not all swings and roundabouts. I'm not trying to make this all doom and gloom, I am just showing the reality of what it actually takes for me to run this business, and a lot of other businesses out there, a lot of other business owners, entrepreneurs, the like. It is not an easy task. It is very rewarding, don't get me wrong, but it is also very mentally draining, stressful, physically demanding, and yeah, it's not, simply put, it's not for everyone. And I'm nothing special. I've built this out of, yes, hard work, a bit of risk taking, a bit of luck, a bit of everything, and I'm still learning day by day. It's really hard when you're battling stuff like imposter syndrome, self-doubt, putting out fires all the time. Like day to day, there's constantly something that you need to fix, you need to sort, you need to arrange, you need to manage. It's never ending. That being said, when I have moments like this, when I've just seen the guys walk out the yard, we've had a good week, got finished in good time. It's moments like that that make it all worth it. But if there's a misconception out there that it's all hunky-dory and I enjoy every minute of this and it's positive vibes all the time, etc., it's not realistic. So just be careful what is put out there on social media about lifestyle, business, anything. I've touched on this before, but I really want to be an advocate for that, because what social media does to people and to the world is create this false ideology of what life should look like, what business should look like. And there's only a minority that are showing the actual ins and outs of what it takes and what is real. What I'm trying to build here is, I'm trying to build something here that means something, provide for people, provide for my community, provide a career for the team that work for me, and also build something that we can all be sort of proud of. It's not as easy as doing that though, and there's a lot of negativity that comes with it, and a lot of times you've got to block out the negativity, because if you're a weak-willed kind of character, and I am not that strong-willed all the time, I'm very easily influenced and swayed, especially by people who have went and done it, they're further along in their journey than me. It's very easy to get caught up in the thought process of, I can't do this, I can't make this work, what am I even doing? When the going gets tough, a lot of times you just want to pack it all in and go and get a job. And I think if that is the outcome, I feel like you've been beaten. It's important to surround yourself with positivity, be realistic, but be positive, try and see the good out of the bad, and don't let the small problems and defeats ruin it for everything else. Slowly but surely building resilience in myself, and to be in business you need to have thick skin. It is not an easy venture, and you need to be ruthless sometimes. I get on with all my staff, I get on fine with, I enjoy being around them. At the end of the day, I'm a boss and I'm running a business, and it's hard to find that happy medium of holding people accountable, holding myself accountable, which I feel very strongly on, because I do not want to be the boss that people say, my boss is a or whatever. I want to be firm but fair and give people opportunities here, and also just try and grow something for my own life, for my own future family, for my own security. So yeah, just kind of in the fields at this Friday afternoon, and reflecting on what has been a pretty full-on week, trying to manage everything, trying to keep multiple teams busy, trying to keep the staff lucrative and jobs profitable, which is not always easy. So if you made it this far into the video, I really appreciate you being here, and if you can, it would mean a lot if you could drop a like, drop your thoughts down below in the comment section, and make sure you subscribe. Don't know what the statistic is now, but I'd imagine it's around 45% of the people that watch the videos aren't subscribed. It was sitting around 50, so please get us over that 2,000 subscriber mark. That would be very good, and my goal for the end of this year is to hit 10,000 subscribers. So spread the word, spread the love, and have a good weekend, whatever day you're watching this on. Peace.